My name is Dr. Hillel Mazansky, and I'm the President and CEO of Guided Imagery, Medical Hypnosis, Nutrition and Exercise. My website being www.gianinc.com, facebook.com/guided imagery, upon which all my YouTube health tips are placed. Today's health tip is going to be 24 ways to lose weight without dieting. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before, but I'm going to give you actual tips on how this can be accomplished without making major changes in your diet, but rather eating more selectively, more intelligently, and weight loss will occur. As there are 24, I can't remember them all, but I am going to read them off for you. The first tip that I tell all my patients is when they eat their food, they must chew very slowly. And the reason being is you're chewing with awareness. You taste each and every different kind of food, and by chewing it slowly, it takes the brain 20 minutes to receive a message from the stomach to say, I'm full, I don't need any more food. So the faster you eat, the longer it's going to take for that 20 minutes to occur, and more food is going to be ingested, resulting in weight gain. So tip number one, always eat and chew your food slowly and appreciate the taste. The next one is try and receive 1 hour extra sleep per night, because research has shown that if you sleep 1 extra hour at night, this can lead to up to 40 pounds of weight loss in a year. I don't mean taking sleeping pills. I mean studying my health tip on my website that was written out on how to increase sleep and decrease insomnia. It is very important when you eat to eat a minimum of 3 vegetables a day. If they're cooked or if they're raw, that's fine. But please make sure that your vegetables are low carb and not high carb. The low carb vegetables, after eating them, tends to fill you up and will decrease your ingestion of more food later on. An excellent tip is to eat soup before you eat your main meal. Eating soup is fluid. It tends to fill you up, and usually there are high fiber vegetables in it as well, such as beans or brown rice or brown pasta. And the mere fact by your eating the food will fill you up that you won't want to eat too much of the main course. Another trick that I inform my patients to use is when they are hungry before the meal to drink 1 or 2 glasses of water or green tea before the meal, and that fills them up. Eating whole grains is extremely beneficial for health, for therein you get your B vitamins, but there is bulk there. And the whole grains we're talking about is barley, brown rice, quinoa, brown pasta. All these tend to absorb fluid, swell, and make you eat less. And then, of course, there's the high vitamin B content. I do not believe that you should belong to the clean plate society. Always leave some food on the plate. And the psychological trick is to eat out of red plates, because red is the sign of danger. While talking about eating on plates, buy yourselves a 10-inch plate rather than a 12-inch plate, and the food on the 10-inch plate seems to be more. People tend to fill up the plate with a lot of food, so if it's a 10-inch plate, it's far better than a 12-inch plate. Try and avoid eating salty, high-fat foods for breakfast, such as bacon, bologna, and other type foods, because this is really counterproductive. The fat is saturated, and one does not want to eat that. Instead, have a bit of mozzarella cheese on some whole wheat bread with a tomato, some mustard and herbs, and that is far more, put some mint on it if you want, that is far more beneficial for health and weight loss than eating the high saturated fat such as bacon. Psychologically, it is better to drink out of a tall glass than a short glass, because you perceive that you receive more fluid. Squeeze some lemon or lime in it to make it tasty. Put some ice in it, and it is as if you had a cocktail. If you do have a cocktail occasionally, that's fine, but do not follow the cocktail with a second one. Follow the cocktail with, as I mentioned, a glass of water, lime or lemon juice, some ice, and one or two mint leaves, and there is your second cocktail with far less calories than the first, and it tends to fill you up prior to sitting down to the main meal. We suggest and have suggested many times for you to drink green tea. It is very beneficial towards prevention of breast and prostate cancer, but there is good research showing that if you drink 4, 5, 6 cups of green tea a day, the green tea in and of itself can result in weight loss of up to 20 pounds a year. Always spend time between eating courses, because to eat one course on top of the other is again not beneficial for health, for weight, because it takes 20 minutes from the time that the food is ingested to signal the brain that satiety has been reached, that fullness has been reached. So if you eat quickly, one course on top of the other, you are going to ingest far more food until the hunger center is stimulated and says to you, no more, I am full. That's also eating with awareness and not eating without awareness. Always try and decrease your portion size. Do not take the biggest portion. Take the medium size. And if you see there's a large portion on the spoon, shake off a little bit and then eat the remainder. Because the large portions increase calorie content and lead to overeating. It is best for you to eat a minimum of 5 meals at home, because going out to restaurants can be counterproductive, in as much as the food tends to be far higher in calorie content, more fat, and more substances that are not healthy. If you do go out once a week to the restaurant, do the following. Share your appetizer and your entree with your friend. Divide it in two. Instead of having a full entree, have a half a entree and a half a appetizer. If, for argument's sake, you go by yourself, then still take the half, but take it home with you in a doggy bag, and that can be used for the following day. Exercise, as always, contributes to weight loss, and we're not talking about spending money and going to the gym. We're talking about walking for 20 minutes a day, and after you become okay with the walking, jog for 10 minutes a day. Use the resistance band for your muscles, and try and participate in yoga. People who participate in yoga tend to be more conscious about their weight and well-being, and it instills in them a desire to live a longer, happier, healthier life. I think, my friends, I have covered most of the points, and once you listen to it and listen again and analyze, there is no strict diet here. There is no exclusion diet. There is no eating of substances. It is just eating regular food in a wise manner and reducing portion size, increasing exercise. There is one last tip that I thought of, and that is, take for yourself a dress or a pair of suit pants that you once wore when you were thinner. Hang it up in your bedroom and look at it every day, because that is the prize. You are aiming to reclaim your weight and your body so that you may fit into that older dress or that older pair of trousers. My name is Dr. Hillel Mazansky, and I thank you for listening.